Mhm.
So glad that I had the audio
Wow.
muted for that
Wow.
magic.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, it popped up on the PC.
We don't got to talk.
Yeah.
Wait, I got to point out the closed captioning provided by Google Meet.
Google Meet.
Wow.
Good evening,
is-
everyone. We are coming in with some weird energy. It's been a long week. It's only Tuesday. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Crit Hit Chronicles and the Secrets of Biven, a Daggerheart actual play campaign where we'll be playtesting the system and enjoying the fun stories we get to tell with it. Laura, I see you in the chat. I would first like to just make sure everybody is aware the playtest material for Daggerheart you can find at daggerheart.com. So it will include all the information you need to make a character, run sessions at home, and also if you sign up on Demiplane, you can use their character creator and character manager on there just cuz. So we highly recommend that because Demiplane is super awesome and super easy to use. So go check them out. Also, shout out to Darrington Press and Critical Role for releasing this playtest document that we can sit here and laugh like idiots, as I'm sure everything's going to be totally serious and normal with no shenanigans tonight. So thank you guys for enabling us. That's how that goes, right? And also, before we begin, let us once again meet our wonderful cast. Why don't we start with Nox?
Hello. Hi. I am Kato, aka Helena Handbasket, and I am playing Nox Ozul, the Daemon Slyborn. Yes, that's right. That's what I am. Surprise. I'm playing Rogue. Also, heads up to the chat. I got a vicious bloody nose earlier, so if you see me go like, because I am
So
clearing
graceful.
blood out of my sinus passages, which is actually pretty great for a demon. So,
Yeah.
that's me.
Sorry, man.
Getting into that character.
Hey.
Yeah. Up next, we have Gwyn.
Hi, hello, good evening, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. I will be playing Gwynfair Titansbane, our orc warrior wanderborn.
Woo! Up next, we have Mar. And I did remember to actually fix your name on the stream. It's fine.
That's cool. Hello, I'm Noir. I go by he, they. I'm playing Mar, who also goes by he, they. Yeah. That's it.
Wow, I gotta tell you, the transcription thing for Noir's speech there is
It
killing
says
me right now because apparently he's from eBay and playing Mario.
You know,
It also called you Noah.
I never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. So a guy on eBay playing Mario sounds about right.
That's amazing.
This is the energy you guys are getting tonight. Up next, we have Ohm.
Hello, people. My name is Bleak Season. I am playing Ohm Cotterpin, the Clank Orderborn Seraph with the googly eyes. No, he's got flashlight eyes.
All right.
The threats I am getting for googly eyes going on my plants.
Googly eyes are the best. I don't see what the problem is.
Sure.
And then, last but certainly not least, our beloved Quill.
I am Quill Grove. Yes, that is I. I am now real. My name
Because you weren't
My
before.
name, my name is Norfolk Now and One. I am playing Quill Grove tonight, your hot dog connoisseur. So we will be doing some not shenanigans tonight whatsoever.
So mad at you. All right. Well, when last we left our intrepid heroes, after a quite jarring experience in the small village of Cordelia, where they did battle with a strange, undying I don't want to say necromancer, arcanist of some kind. responsible for the murder of those in the village. They discovered maybe a 12-year-old girl residing inside of a crystal in the caves that they did battle in. Just as the Arcanist's head was lopped off, and even though it continued to, speak and taunt and tell jokes and laugh, the party was able to escape by this strange girl's ability, and they continued on the road with this girl unconscious in tow. After a rather intense discussion amongst the party, they decided to burn the head of the Arcanist that they had done battle with. Upon doing so, they then decided to ride along with a very favorite old man named Old Toby towards Oldpost. Some of the party members have some connections there, and the conversation and question is whether or not they're going to leave said girl in somebody's care in that city. Just as conversation continued, Ohm experienced a vision of possibly this girl's existence prior to appearing on the material plane in a crystal. We don't know just yet. But what? Never mind.
It's just a crystal.
Oh, I see. I got it. I got you. Anyway, sorry. Just as the conversation continued, the girl woke up as though waking from a horrible nightmare. And that's where we left off. The girl sits up. Okay. That's weird. Hi?
Pushes
you
Nox in front of
okay?
her.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh, you have
Hi.
nice horns.
Thank you so much. Are you okay?
Sure.
Are you harmed? Are you injured? We have a medic.
I mean, I'm a little sleepy, but that's about it. Good other.
What's your name?
Oh God. That's not good.
Anyone
It's
got
perfectly normal
anything?
for someone who's had a experience such as yours to experience a lack of memories. They will return.
Absolutely. Totally understand. What experience did I have?
Maybe you should tell her because you saw the thing with the thing.
Well, I'm not sure that what I saw had much to do with where this young lady ended up, but we found you encased in some sort of, and Ohm does this, crystal. You were freed in some violent manner, and through some, I would assume, arcane power of yours, you saved us all by moving us far away from the explosion. But I must say that as far as what occurred to you before you were imprisoned in said crystal, we do not know.
That's
Is that canon now? Is that just like what Ohm does? I love that.
I was told by the one who created me that sometimes when talking to small children, old people, people who are adult, in fact, people who are not clank, that adding manual gestures sometimes helps them understand the more complex ideas that we clanks are known to discourse upon at various points.
Oh boy. Okay. Anyway.
huh.
Moving on.
Well, that's cool.
So you
Where were
don't...
you before the crystal?
That is a wonderful question.
And you have no recollection of your own name.
You see her expression shifts. Like she was very much like putting on a bit of a face. Like she's younger, she's a little goofy, but like at the mention once again of her not knowing her own name, she gets this far off look. I don't know. That sounds really weird.
Perhaps a better question then would be, what is the last thing you remember?
Very good.
And she closes her eyes, and there's this uneasy pause. Falling?
Falling. Out of curiosity, confirming with we did see, you told us of the vision of the seemingly royal clank, and I step and I gesture to and I go, do you remember anyone who looked a little like this but maybe bigger and shinier? No offense.
Well, I've been on the road for quite some time. The rust coloration is my natural coloration, just so we're clear. It's
what?
not.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
know
charming.
it's lovely. But something that looks like this, but maybe like gold and silver and a lot bigger.
She
Somewhat
leans,
larger.
She, she she leans in a little close. I mean, I can smell the iron. That kind of seems familiar.
Well, you can remember the descent is descent of iron. That's progress.
Yeah, it's that's like stirring. Hold on. And she like grabs Ohm's head and just like pulls it closer.
Oh my god.
And
This is a little strange, but not unpleasant.
as she does, her eyes, there's these bursts of white light emanating from them for just a moment. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, there was one like you. Large. I think I used to play with him.
Yes, in a rather palatial estate.
I don't know anything about that part. But I remember he pushed me and then I fell. And I kept falling.
And I'm sorry if this brings you distress.
No,
There
well,
seems to have befallen some rather unlucky end on your friend, and he was attempting to protect you by pushing you away.
huh. Yeah, I remember crying.
Quill's gonna reach into his satchel and pull out an apple, place his hand on the little girl's shoulder. I'm assuming he sees distress in this girl. And
Oh
she's
yeah.
just woke up.
She just woke up. She's confronted with the knowledge that she can't remember what had just been going on. She's surrounded by strangers, however nice they may be. So it's a very jarring experience for her.
He's gonna kneel down one hoof, stand in front or kneel in front of her, give her an apple. I know you've been through a lot. I know this is a lot. Let's just relax as Quill kind of looks over and be like, let's relax with the questions for right now. She just woke up. And you might be hungry. This is a nice, voluptuous apple.
Thank you. Did you call it voluptuous? Sorry.
Yes.
My brain.
Scrummy.
Scrumptious.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And she takes a bite and just sort of sits with it a little bit, and she kind of curls her knees to her chest. So I guess I guess it's a little rude to ask your name since I don't have mine to give, but who are all of you?
Well, my name is Quill.
Nice to meet you, Quill. And she takes another bite of the apple and she smiles a little bit.
I'm Nox.
That's a cool name.
Thanks.
Gwen. You can call me Gwen.
Nice to meet you, Gwen.
I am Ohm. I lift up my top hat.
And she like giggles just a little bit before like retreating a little bit. It's nice to meet you, Om. And she like peers around Nox at Mar.
How old are you?
I think what's weird is like numbers don't come up really when you ask me that question. It's like a cycle sort of thing. So I'm early cycle. I don't know why that makes sense in my brain. But I don't really know.
Are you cognizant and able to make informed decisions on your own?
Well, yeah. And she kind of like puffs her chest just a little bit, like, yeah.
Good. Then here's the truth of it. We don't have any idea about who you are, where you're from, and most likely we're heading to a place that is extraordinarily dangerous.
Why are you guys going there?
Part of our job.
I have someone to kill. Now, the question is, do you want to accompany us, or is there somewhere that you can think to go?
Okay. Just gonna let the kill line just sneak right by. I don't know where I am. And, I don't know where is safe. But, make me some sort of check. Are you trying to intimidate? Are you trying to persuade?
No, well, I guess
Love that game.
this is honestly just him talking.
Just-
But
Napalm in the morning.
That's amazing. This is just imconversational. I don't know what you want.
Bleak ASMR. Ian enters the chat. We get Bleak ASMR.
I'll roll. I guess a presence check. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
We'll say that this is going to determine how safe she feels amongst you.
Okay. Well, that's a 15 with hope.
Okay.
Remember, you get a hope point because you rolled with hope.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. She thinks for a moment. Well, since you guys are nice and enough, if you don't mind me tagging along for a little bit until I can figure out what I'm exactly supposed to do now, that would be nice. But obviously, if you're not comfortable, I'm sure I can figure something out.
Well, in the spirit of honesty, I can tell you that I do mind, but I'm keenly aware that I'm outnumbered. So it appears that you'll be joining us. Do not get in the way. Carry your own. And for the love of all things holy, don't get killed.
Okay.
The eye roll from Gwen is truly impressive.
Like
The daggers inside of Quill's eyes over to Mar. Just like
Motherfucker. Dude.
she doesn't immediately react. She just kind of looks down at her apple and just focuses just on it.
I think he's gonna
I-
pull out a dagger and hand it to her. I'll give you my name when I feel comfortable with you. It's just gonna go back to sitting.
Just holding a dagger and an apple.
I'm gonna hold on,
Take
Quill.
that,
I
take
got it.
that.
I got it. No,
Okay.
I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna show her how to hold it safely.
Oh, got it.
Don't-
And since you currently have no name, may I suggest that we call you Apple in the meantime?
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
There's better names than Apple, but that's fine.
I
Oh, I
rap
like it.
Quill and I go, it's sweet, be nice.
Okay, that's fine. It's better than Acorn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Acorn.
Imagine someone being named after a thing. Looks at Quill.
It was just one time. It was once.
Yeah, and he lost. So
Yeah, it was once at birth.
My dog was named Acorn.
Was it a friendly
Well then,
dog?
on that somber note,
We already know this story. So,
and like an acorn, he's planted in the ground.
Oh my god.
God damn it. I forgot I have to pull up the website when I'm playing with League that is. Does the dog die?
Oh,
League lore. God damn it.
again, thank you to Darrington
Uh,
Press for allowing us to sit play this game.
hey, at least
Or storyteller. What time of day is it?
It's a little bit before noon.
Okay. Knox, how I mean you're the one that's been to Oldpost most recently, yeah? To an extent. How much farther?
And I look to the horizon. And I wait until the storyteller tells me.
And there, written in the clouds, a strange calligraphy. About
Oh,
a day and a
Kudos
half out.
A day and a half.
It's about a day and a half's travel away.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a ride. So
All right.
Before
I'm
we...
gonna-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna crouch in front of the kid because there's a lot of me. Like over 6 feet. And she's what, like 5'2" and some change.
Yeah.
Like
Pretty
a
much.
120.
Wet. Yeah.
I'm gonna crouch and try to look less horrifyingly massive. I know. It's fine. Apple. Like our friend said, we aren't usually one for don't take this the wrong way, but babysitting. By my estimation, you look to be of a younger sort. So we are understandably hesitant. But at the very least, we're not just gonna leave you in the woods.
Well, I appreciate that. I won't be in the way. I can hide real well, I think, and
Good.
you know, I can run pretty fast if things get weird. So you
Then
know,
if I tell you to run and hide, you run and hide. Do you understand me?
yeah, okay,
Usually behind me.
okay,
Or me.
okay.
And
All right.
the things I saw of your past, many of them were happy moments. There was happiness in your life before, and thus there can be happiness again.
Thank you. That means a lot. And I'm sure. I mean, I think maybe with time it'll, you know, get a little easier to remember all the stuff I should know offhand. So, you know, Just thank you for all that. And thank you for the apple. And she gestures to Quill.
You're welcome, little one. I know they gave you the name Apple, but I refuse to call you that. You have a name.
But she
will
doesn't
find
have
out.
it right now, Quill.
She does have an apple.
I mean, I'm fine with apple. It's, you know, it's a little, it's kind of cute. I think, you know, I like apples. So.
Everyone likes apples. Not everyone likes quills.
Wait, now I'm confused because isn't his name Quill?
It's okay, little one.
Let us not dwell on it.
All right, chuckle fucks. Let's get a move on.
Ooh, Chucklefox. I believe that's a new one.
As the journey continues, the next day and a half's journey are met without issue. Apple has, she's still a little reserved. She's clearly got a little bit of some sass to her, but she's playful. She gets along with Quill. She doesn't go near Mar. Can't imagine why.
I'm so charming.
Bar fight.
He's cuddly. I don't know what you're talking about. He's a teddy bear.
Is he?
Once you get to know him.
No,
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm confused because you said he's a teddy bear, and now he's
Apple,
not.
Apple. I am incredibly sarcastic. It is probably one of my worst character flaws. You're gonna have to get used to it. I'm sorry.
And her eyes kind of light up. I like that. I can be sarcastic.
Oh no.
I'm sure you can. Yeah, you're what, 12? Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, well.
And I reach into the bag and just like toss another apple at her.
Yes.
As we travel, I'm going to make sure to show her how to, like, bare minimum hold and, like, use the pointy end of the dagger should someone bum rush her. Like, as basic and rudimentary as you could possibly be.
Okay.
Because we're not gonna be able to watch out for her forever.
Okay. Make me. What sort of check would you like to make for teaching Little Apple?
We could probably call that agility, right?
Agility would work, yeah.
I feel like that makes sense. That is unfortunately a 7 with fear. I have a couple of hope though. Can I reroll?
Let me consult with my tomes, and then I will
tomes?
let you know if you can or not. I mean, you may be able to.
Yeah, no, that was like a 2 and a 3 on the dice.
Oh boy.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. Let me take a look, because typically hope is sort of just like a resource for some of your abilities. Let me see
Heard.
what we can see.
Or wait, no, I should be able to use stress for that, right?
You can take on some stress, I believe, and that would possibly alleviate some of the negative consequences. Let me see. Hope and fear. Here's a roll with hope.
Yeah, hope is used to help an ally activate powers, utilize an experience, activate a hope feature.
I would say if you take a point of stress, then that would alleviate some possible bad consequences.
I'm gonna get stabbed by a 12-year-old.
And just for the
Would
record,
be.
everyone, if you click on something on the character sheet on Nexus, like if you click on stress where it says stress, it'll open up a thing that tells you everything stress does. And if you click on the
Oh,
word hope-
perfect.
Delightful. Why is Sirenscape not loading? This is poo. All right. Over the next day, you spend some time with Apple, and she is kind of starting to get it, but in the most rudimentary sense. There have been a couple times where the dagger has been dropped accidentally, and she has reached to try to catch it, and then there's the conversation
Yeah.
of that. Of don't catch the dagger as it falls, because stab and blood. She's getting there, but I'm going to say that the experience has been a little bit more difficult than maybe you had intended.
I'm not the best teacher.
It's because you're shielding your student from consequences.
What do you want me to do? Shank her?
Then she'd learn she could survive it.
I'm not stabbing a 12-year-old, bud.
That was a joke. Couldn't you tell by my inflection?
Uh-huh.
No. Was there an inflection?
The grown-ups are talking.
Okay. And she like skulks away.
I would like to gesture to her as she's walking away to come sit next to me.
she
And,
she eagerly sits next to you and like scoots a little closer while glaring at Mar.
I like to make nature happen because the feature that I have, and I'd like to describe, if I can, a beautiful sheath for this dagger that I make, and it's encrusted, or I'm gonna just describe it. So it's the way that I envision this. It's just this wood engraved sheath. And you'll see Quill kind of just molding it together, making it kind of like this mahogany shape. And around it is just intricate details of like vine work and golden vine work. And like in the middle of this beautiful sheath is just a picture of an apple.
Oh.
So like he just sits there and he like gestures over to Apple. He doesn't call her Apple. He refuses to. He just says, "Little one, can I see that?"
Yeah. And she holds the dagger out.
Pointy end first.
That's not the way
She
you
does.
hand the
She's
dagger.
initially in this. Oh, poop.
You just hear from the other end. Just
She immediately gets flustered and
Yes.
switches it.
Yes, pointy end is not unless you intend to use it. And he sheathes the dagger inside, and he grabs hers. Now you have a safe space to use this. And just remember that true strength doesn't lie in how you use a dagger, but your will in harmonizing yourself around the spirit with eternal symphony. Let it play like music in your heart. Only use this dagger if you intend to use it. And he hands over this dagger to her.
She accepts it and she just says, "That was really beautiful. And this is really pretty.
Well, thank you.
Thank you." And she smiles and like bumps you with her shoulder.
Yeah. It's all right, little one. We're a bunch of misfits around here, but that guy over there with the scars, just buy him a beer one day when you're old enough.
What's a
He's
beer?
funny. Oh, you'll find out one day.
And we'll use that as the segue point.
Meow. Crossfade.
The cart that old Toby is driving approaches. Stupid. Sorry. My computer is awesome. I love it so much. Approaches a large walled city. The walls are a beautiful white, speckled with bits of a deep red for the roofing. You can see some of the buildings sort of poking up over the wall. You can hear the distant sounds of commerce and excitement. You just hear all sorts of people. Why is this not playing? I swear to God, technology, you're the bane of my existence. As you sort of turn a corner, you see all sorts of carts and carriages and all sorts of other people all flocking to the entrance that you are coming towards. As you approach the gates, you can hear bits of conversations amongst everybody, but the theme is the mystery of that pulse that everybody felt from Cordelia. They said that whatever it was, it unfortunately killed everyone. They're oh my goodness, I've never heard of such devastation. Oh, well, the Terrafan will take care of it. They've been researching magic for years. Like, just hearing all sorts of different opinions and thoughts on this enigma. Apple is wide-eyed, looking around, mesmerized by the tall buildings and all the different kinds of people that are filling the streets. You can hear all sorts of hawkers and people trying to sell their wares, and she's... Oh.
I lean into her and I say, so listen up. This is a big city, probably bigger than you've ever experienced. You can look, as long as you're with us. Otherwise, I stay forward. You understand? There are people who would take your things, even you.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And also, the knife that Gwyn gave you, that's emergencies only.
Okay. I don't use it unless I have to.
Oh, yeah. How about we have a word? And I look to Gwyn. Got a word that we could say that would be the time to pull out that dagger.
Okay.
Well, like a safe word, a word when it's time, when it's safe to pull out the dagger.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna have to go over what that actually means, but
We're not gonna. Okay. All right. We're just gonna skate
yes.
right past that one.
We'll call it a safety word.
That's okay too.
Okay.
Something you're gonna remember.
What's your favorite color?
Huh. It's like sky blue. There's not a cloud in the sky, and it's really pretty.
If you hear the phrase "eyes to the skies," that means whip that dagger out.
Eyes to the skies. Okay. Eyes to the skies. And she like repeats it a couple times just to make sure it's like ingrained in her memory.
I'm also gonna make sure. I'm assuming old Toby. He said he's got like bits and bobs and all sorts of like random crap in his cart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out the most boring, drab, wouldn't look twice hood and cloak, and make sure that she is covered.
Okay. You hear from the front, oh yes, that's one of my most popular items. That cloak has seen many years and many winters. And he's just sort of rambling to himself as you make sure that Apple is covered.
Toby, just a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember when this place was called just Post?
I do. And then I came to town, and then it became Oldpost. At least I like to think so. No, but in reality, it's been a long time.
I just imagine old Toby at some point goes, oh, wow!
Yeah. But yeah, he just sort of continues rambling, mostly to himself. And like, if somebody's next to him listening, like, great.
Yeah, there's the occasional like, yep, yeah, nope.
Remember
Rude not to.
You remember when
You respect your
Terrence
elders,
came in
Gwen.
with that old smelly meat? It was awful, I tell you.
Like, there's a second where Mark gets real close to grabbing the hilt of his axe, and then he just takes a
Gwen
deep breath.
puts hand out and just no. We talked about this. Deep breath. Deep breath. If we are going to travel with other people, we need to learn how to deal with it.
Only in cases of emergencies. Fine.
Yep.
Eventually, the cart pulls around to what looks like a merchant square, where there are open storefronts. You see small tents. You see people all over the place with a central fountain in the middle of everything. There are people enjoying some food. It's almost like a theme park, but for artisans and craftsmen. People are showing off the latest fashion that they've picked up. Some are showing off a new sword that they had made. It's just everybody is everywhere all at once. But Toby pulls around the cart to a small corner where it's not getting a ton of traffic, but there's still some people around. Yeah, well, this is where I'm gonna set up my little shop. If you'd like, you're welcome to stay. I could use the bodyguards. This is Oldpost.
Well, Knox, you're the one with connections here. Where are we headed?
Well, might not be a bad idea to put up a bit of a ruse that maybe we're working here, and I can scout off maybe, unless someone wants to join.
I'll come with you. You shouldn't be going anywhere by yourself.
Copy
I
that.
agree. You two should team up. I'll stay with little girl over here.
Yeah, be nice to her.
Does that mean that I'm stuck with the old man?
You want to come do recon with us, buddy?
Recon, not smash con.
I could be subtle.
Yeah, as a brick.
And
to
you
the
just see
face.
I'm not sure you
You
know
see
the
Knox
definition
just
of that
go-
word, Mar.
Knox is just like really trying to hold in a laugh, like.
Yeah, no.
You hear
There's no such like compunction with Gwyn, because Gwyn is the one that will give Mar shit all day, every day.
Apple giggles a little bit too.
Well, if half of us go, it's no longer a recon party. It's just half of us going. So
Why don't the two sneaky ones go off and do a sneak, and we'll come back. Maybe if we're not back in an hour, wait longer.
Okay.
that makes terrible sense.
I know. Someday you'll get humor.
I do get humor. But you don't get my humor. See?
I think that's fair. Yeah. All right.
So you're going off with the acorn?
I thought I was staying with her.
Why are you calling me acorn?
It's not you, little one.
Okay.
It's the other little one.
Yeah, you're sneakier than me, Quill.
That's fine. Guess we're gonna be doing the Chicago Rustle anyways.
Oh yeah, better than the Kansas City Shuffle, since we haven't figured out what that is yet.
Oh, we'll figure that out eventually.
Perhaps
We've
we'll
traveled
talk on
so
the way.
far and wide.
As you two prepare to depart, Apple leans closer to Ohm. What's a Kansas City Shuffle?
It's a very complicated dance move that, unfortunately, Quill, in no part due to his fawn nature, has been unable to master without utterly destroying Nox's feet.
Oh no. Hey, and like as you guys are starting to walk away, Apple like stands on the cart. Stop stepping on Nox's feet.
He just puts his hood over his horns. It's just
And Nox just kind of like shoulder checks a little bit.
Ohm has no mouth, but he's smiling.
All right. Well, first, why don't we figure out what our sneaky peeps are doing? So, I wanted to speak with Nox outside of game to discuss this sort of thing, but it's more fun to do it live. Nox,
Do it live.
oh.
there is a tavern in Oldpost that some unsavory people might gather for business. Totally consensual. Everything's perfectly safe within inside its walls. What is this tavern called?
It's called the Rusty Cutlass.
The All right. The Rusty
Off
Cutlass
the
it is.
top. God damn.
Pardon me while I write a note down.
I'm sorry. That was ace.
Yeah, it was. She was ready.
Cutlass.
She was ready.
All right.
Y'all can't see, but I do have a hood on.
It's
Oh.
fancy, but it's just nose and horns right now, and it's fucking best.
You navigate through the city streets. Are you trying to remain hidden from those walking the streets with you?
It's
I
best
think-
if we do.
Yeah, I think less so maybe hidden and like sneak, and more so just blending in and looking as though we belong there.
Okay.
Yes.
With that in mind, let me once again fight with my computer so I can pull up character sheet. But make me the equivalent of a stealth check, please.
Which would
So,
be finesse.
Yes, that would be a finesse roll. So,
Or would it be
Yes.
presence? Perform deceive.
I have. No,
Finesse
sorry,
does
go ahead.
say hide.
I'm gonna say
Finesse says hide.
you can either do hide or presence. I leave it up to you. Because there's two different kinds of hiding. There's literally just being out of sight, and then there's navigating through looking unassuming, not that interesting to.
You know, the
other
Assassin's
kinds of
Creed thing where you just sit down next to some people and you disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be presence for me. I did roll an 11 on the hope die.
Okay. Now, just a quick note: is that a combination of the two numbers, and hope was higher?
Yeah, it was a 10 plus 1. I got,
Awesome.
yeah,
Sweet.
my hope die.
All right. Take a hope with your success.
Hey!
And Quill.
So before I tell you the roll number, I did roll. I have a feature called Lightfoot, where my movement is naturally silent, and I have advantage on rolls to move without being heard.
Okay. I like it. So you're going to go with a finesse roll?
Yes.
Okay.
And I got 8 plus 5 plus 2. So, and that's a hope with hope.
Damn. Okay. The two of you navigate through the city streets without issue. You do, as you move through, you can spot the occasional Terrafan elf amongst a small patrol. I'm going to say with those successes, you pick up some other sort of small bits of conversation that the mayor is scheduled to be in town in the evening. So there are certain parts of the city that are preparing for his arrival. There's other mention that with the mayor's arrival, it means that his bodyguard will also be in attendance. So there's also this unsettled tension amongst some of the people you pass through. But you arrive at the Rusty Cutlass, which, I mean, other than the name, looks like a pretty standard tavern. there is there's an orc male behind the bar. There's a couple of patrons. It's not too terribly busy on this day. It's about noonish. And as you enter, the orc looks to both of you, gives a nod. What are you having?
2 of your mid-tier ales, please.
Right. He turns and pulls 2 of the ales and slides them across the bar. Nox, I'm going to say you recognize this individual. He's sort of like the gatekeeper to the actual bar. And he just sort of sits, arms crossed, almost like expectantly looking.
Hey.
Yeah.
Do I feel like I know you?
I have one of those faces.
Sure do. Was it that Midsummer Festival? It's got to be 3 years back.
No, definitely not there. And he blushes
No,
just a
that
little
was
bit.
exactly it.
No,
No, you
I
were naked
wouldn't
in the
be.
middle of the fountain.
I would
wasn't
never
it?
do something. I don't do fountains.
What was your name again?
It's Gronk.
Grok.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah,
Mainly because I think if I remember correctly, I helped it so you didn't get arrested by the City Watch.
That was you,
I don't know
huh?
if you remember. Noxozul, at your service.
Make me another presence roll. I'm going to say with advantage, given that you revealed a secret about this guy that he is not too keen on people knowing.
Oh, I critted. I don't need to do it again, but I critted.
For those just joining us, at Crit Hit Chronicles, whenever a critical roll, whenever there is a critical success or failure, it is marked in my little tome here. So give me just one moment as I fuss over this thing. Come on, thank you. Cool.
Dipping a North Wolf into the ink.
My horn is just like.
Cool. It has been written. So, he... Yeah, all right. And he makes sure that there's no, guards or Terrafan walking by the front of the bar before he reaches for one bottle on the shelf and pulls. And a door opens up at the end of the bar, sort of like a trapdoor where you can sort of climb down.
Favorite sound effect. And I go, Grok. Charming as always. And might I say, your skivvies that day, red is your color. And I go and scamper off this trapdoor.
At the compliment of his underwear, he blushes a little. I keep telling him that. It's my favorite one to wear. And he is talking to himself as you both start making your way underneath, where you're hearing lots more conversation, more laughter. You hear the sounds of coins being tossed on nearby wooden tables. You come to an underground bar tavern where it is filled to the brim with all sorts of people. There are some who are very clearly, maybe of more your persuasion, adventurers and the like. Others are dressed more finely. It's clear that this society is thriving in Oldpost. At a distant table, surrounded by several of her close friends and confidants, is Daisy. Nox, you and Daisy have a little bit of a history. A bit of a... maybe a rivalry? I leave that to you to decide.
Is it a kissy history?
I leave that to you to decide, my dear. Daisy is visibly human. She's got short, like a bob of blonde hair. She wears a beautiful black gown with lace that go down her arms. She's got beautiful green eyes, and she's got that sort of vibe that, like, even when she's smiling at you and being nice, you think she could be thinking of a couple different ways to kill you. But upon your entrance, she glances in your way. Nox, darling.
Days. You're looking fresh as ever.
Oh, I wish I could say the same about you.
Oh. Cutting as always, I see.
Leave us for a moment. And you see some of, like, the big muscled people around her, like, all right, and they back off a little bit. She says, oh, please, come. Wine, please. Mead for you two.
Wine is fine, but liquor is quicker. You remember my childhood friend, Quill?
Yeah, Acorn, right? How was that?
Who the fuck haven't you told?
I mean, it's just too good.
God damn it.
They do really love telling the story.
To who?
Anyone that will listen, really.
As this conversation happens, 2 bottles of wine are placed on the table with several glasses. Please enjoy. What?
You first, darling.
Uh-huh. She uncorks one of the bottles, pours, and takes a sip.
I watch it and make sure that she's full. All right, then. And I poured 2 like huge glasses of wine for the 2 of us.
So, what's the occasion this time, Nox?
Well, we ran into a bit of trouble in Cordelia.
Oh. Oh. You know, it doesn't really surprise me that you would somehow get involved in all that craziness.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either, but I wondered, based on what you know, if you could tell us a little bit more about it, and I looked at Quill. I kind of like make strong eye contact of, let's not tell her about the girl.
Well,
Acknowledged.
my contacts informed me that the poor village had been razed to the ground. It doesn't take much to know that the Terrafan is most likely behind it. But unfortunately, I have not been able to figure out anything beyond that. Unfortunately, my eyes can't get very close. So, if you have some information, I'm dying to know.
Can I make a perceive check on her?
What are you trying to perceive?
I want to see if my bullshit meter is working.
Go ahead and make a
I was
perceive check.
literally about to say that bitch lying.
Saying this set.
2d12.
2d12. That's a standard roll.
Plus, I got a +3 on that, so that is a 20 plus 3, so 23.
Shit.
Wait.
Is that with hope or with fear?
Hope.
Damn.
I mean, I could take a picture if you like.
Wait, a 20 plus 3?
Yeah, it's 12 plus 8 plus 3, 23.
Wait, how do you have an 8? Shit.
You have a +3 and you're
12, my love.
2d12.
Oh.
2d12 plus 3.
Guys, I've been doing the math on this wrong the entire time.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I didn't know
that's-
that we
I was like,
had it.
hold on. I'm like, my
I've
brain
been
was
rolling a
fried
lot
for a
better
second.
than
I was
that.
like, wait a second. What do you mean? How do I get a 20? What?
We roll and we add it, and of the 2 we roll, the higher
The higher one gets it. Yeah.
of the designated one that's
The hope or the fear, yes.
I've only been taking the number off of them.
Oh, honey.
I could have been doing so much better this whole game. But,
I mean, you've already been pretty much a badass, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
worry too much about that.
Oh, Kato.
Oh,
Love you. I love you
Bless your
so
heart.
much.
Bleak, how
Bless
often
your
do I
heart.
review mechanics before I get
I kind of love
roll
it that
one d12 and don't add anything to it.
I kind of love that narratively, like you're going to get better after having met your rival. It's just like
That's so funny. I love you so much,
That's
darling.
hilarious.
Sorry, Michael
Don't be.
Underwood.
Oh, so good. All right, let me try
Anyway.
one more thing.
Yes,
Sorry.
my
Let's see how
perception
pretty.
check is fairly high apparently in this roll.
With a 23, which is still bonkers.
I'm trying to interrupt. I'm sorry. That was just
You're totally good. You're totally fine.
You're
live
fine.
and on camera.
With a with a 23, which is a fantastic roll. You do notice this teeny little smirk on her face. It's like a micro expression. But it's enough for you to see like, oh, she may think she's good, but she's not that good. You can definitely tell she's holding something back.
I'm just gonna clear my throat. It's a known thing between Nox since we've worked with each other that if I clear my throat and we're talking to somebody and she wants more info, she's gonna press harder.
I had to clear my throat in response. That's all you know. Interesting.
Yes.
You know. Well, I also know things. So, having been there and seen what I've seen. Nowadays, darling, and I reach across the table and I take her hand. I go, you know, I always know when you're lying to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you really want to know, there's a bounty on your head.
Oh,
Yeah.
per usual.
Yeah, but not like from some unsightlies. This is like Terrafan. Yeah, you see,
Look.
you guys are a little too noticeable when you went up towards the village. So, think of it as a favor that I'm not collecting on it yet.
Yes. I do take it as a favor.
And as we know, favors and owing each other and all that little thing. I had an idea for how to, pay me back if for some reason you wanted that bounty removed.
I'm listening. And to clarify, a bounty on all of us, not just me.
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
No, the Hydra of bots has entered my chat.
Oh no, bots.
I don't care about best viewers on stream, boo. Anyway, continue. I just think of it as a little, you know what? Think of it as bonding. You and I don't spend nearly as much time with each other anymore, and, I may have a job suited for your particular skill set that, upon completion, I think that that would put us even Stevens.
Even Stevens, huh?
Yeah.
What kind of job are we talking about?
Well, it just so happens that unfortunately one of my closest friends was taken to the mayor's home by his wonderful bodyguard. Apparently there was some sort of information that the captain of the guard wanted, and as opposed to bringing him to the gallows, they decided to go a little bit harder on interrogation. So he's kind of locked in the mayor's house right now. And if you can get him out in one piece, or not, then I would consider that square.
I looked at Quill. It's a fucking trap, isn't it?
Yeah, this is not what she says it is.
I have nothing underneath my sleeves. You can check them yourself.
I go, don't mind if I do, and I slide her sleeves up and I just start patting her down. And I reach along her hips too and down, and I go down and like probably into her boot and pull out a knife and put it on the table and go, last time you stuck me with this, right?
I remember it vividly. How's that scar healing, by the way?
Fine, thanks.
Well,
Luckily, it's not terribly visible.
Well, you win some, you lose some. That's okay. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have some business to attend to. Enjoy a couple drinks. Do whatever you'd like. Let me know what you would like to do, and we can go from there. How's that sound?
Sure, darling. Oh, did you want these back? And I open my bag and I put a pair of very small lacy panties on the table. I've been keeping them for a while now.
For the first time since you walked in, she snatches, and there's not that much of a hidden expression. I've been looking for these for a long time, but thank you for returning them.
You're welcome, darling.
Black lace,
Give us
huh?
some more.
Oh, sure. Whatever you'd like.
Lace is out of style.
It's in that moment,
Wow.
as you blatantly talk shit, that she smirks, and you feel a bump behind you. And you turn and look up at the mountain of a man standing over you. I happen to
Can I
think
help
it
you?
looks good.
Is it the same guy, the orc guy
No.
from before? Okay.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, you know what? It's Grok. Hey, maybe don't judge Lace. Maybe it's sort of, you know,
It's
talked
true. It
bad
looks
about a lot.
really nice on you.
Hey, thank you. So, you know, watch what you say. Just saying. Don't shit on Lace.
I won't. It's really bad to clean up.
Chat, did you guys tune in for an adult game of Daggerheart?
Yes.
If so, I am sorry. This is not the game.
There were warnings. There were warnings at the top of the screen.
Also, I think everybody got the verbal warning that we were on one tonight. So.
That's valid. That's
Tonight's
very valid.
session will feature themes of violence, horror, and corruption. The visual was perfectly within there.
I am so
Oh.
mad that I wasn't there because that would have made a challenge that I have for myself so much easier.
We missed
Oh.
it.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
so sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine. But Daisy and Grok sort of mingle with the rest of the crowd and allow you a moment.
Quill, they're gonna fucking kill us.
No, we're fine. We're get out of here.
Yeah, no, getting out of here is not going to erase the bounty, do we take the job or not?
Well, here's the fucking deal, right? We go, we do our thing, we come out, we're gonna get scratched, we're gonna get bruised, we're gonna do whatever we want. Mara's in a fucking fighting mood recently, so like, I think it's in our favor, but honestly, this is a trap. I know this is a trap, but what do we
Yeah,
get
it's
out of this?
such a fucking trap.
What do we get out of this?
Well, here's the thing. I think the job is a trap. I think the opportunity to get the bounty erased is not.
I don't know. I don't trust her. I don't trust any of the bullshit. My bullshit meter went off as soon as I walked in this room. I just I don't what guarantees do we have if we do this job and we come back and then she's like, "Ah, nah, forget that."
Well, considering the fact that I've got like 5 more pairs of her underpants in my bag, I'm pretty sure that if I just strung them up outside of the Rusty Cutlass, everyone would know about Daisy. So
I mean,
there's at
that
least
is a
that.
convincing argument, but do we have anything on her besides panties?
Storyteller, would I have any information on her, any dirt on her, aside from the fact that clearly we are exes in some capacity?
Make. Let's see.
Roll
Make.
2.
Mox out here making people leave Commando. Like, god damn.
Oh, I love you all
It
so
is I, the
dearly.
Panty Rogue.
Making motherfuckers take that sultry stroll with a breeze.
Everybody gets a walk of shame with Knox.
Oh God! Make me a knowledge check to recall.
And you add them together.
Yes.
That is a 19 with hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Go,
claps in
Taylor.
the chat. Claps in the chat.
I promise this isn't condescending. Like, I'm
No,
really-
honestly, please be condescending to me because this is the stupidest shit.
No, I'm gonna give you all the shit for the rest of the week.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Laura immediately slid into my DMs and was like, "Good job, numbnuts."
oh God. Jesus. This organization that exists below this bar is called the Revelry. This is her organization. She runs it very fairly, but the moment things get a little unprofessional, she is very quick to put that sort of disagreement down. Everything that she does to preserve the freedom of those who exist in this underground bar. And so she sort of looks to them like they're her family. Beyond that, she's never really mentioned family, like actual blood family. I leave it up to you if you were a part of the revelry. But yeah, she gives off a very protective vibe around the people that she associates with.
Vibe.
Got it.
Yeah.
I look at Quilla and I say, "Look, Daisy's a lot of things, but she's good to her own, whether she likes them or not. I think we can trust the fact that she is not going to maybe necessarily or willfully pull a fast one on us. I can't say that's 100% sure, but if there's a bounty on us, we have a young girl who will get her shit wrecked.
Yeah, no
And we
shit.
can't let that happen."
What do we do with her in the meantime?
I don't know. We'd have to talk to the others now. And quite frankly, I look around, even though I was part of the revelry at one point, I don't think this is the time to discuss it.
Yeah.
So I say we take the job, but we gotta let the others know first.
I trust you. I don't trust her as far as I can throw her.
Yeah, I know, which is only really about like 5 feet with a good foothold, so.
God damn it. It was one time.
I know. But you slipped. Slippy
One
acorn.
time. One time. Can't let it go.
Well then. And I clink my glass to Quills and take a sip and put it down and go.
I don't take a sip. I take a gulp. I
Oh.
chug that thing because like I'm tired of hearing about this acorn already. And
What do you say? Let's get back to the others. Discuss. See if it's a wise thing to take.
well, I know one person's gonna be in. Possibly two. I think the third one might just tag along.
I'd be interested to see what the clank thinks about it.
Yeah. He's definitely interesting.
That little robot knows more than we do. I can guarantee you that.
His existence bewilders me.
Me too.
I don't understand it. Something
It's the
interesting about him.
It's the first one of them I've ever seen, honestly.
Have you noticed the thing yet?
What thing?
Yeah, never mind.
Come on.
It's not like other clanks. It's got something to him.
I'd agree
Makes
with
him
that.
almost human-like.
I would certainly agree with that.
I don't
Let's
know.
let's make our way back.
Yeah, that little girl, she's gonna be the death of me.
Yeah, probably. You got big dad vibes.
I mean, you got hot mommy vibes, but we ain't talking about that. Pennies. Fucking black lace, really?
It wasn't mine. And as we're like climbing up out of the trap and arguing.
I'll say that is we're going to take a couple-minute break, get a bio break, get some water. If you have a medicine, make sure you take your medicine. Seriously, it is there to help you. But give us a couple minutes. We'll be right back, and we'll see what the other peeps are up to while this all goes on. So we'll see you in a little bit. Mwah! And Okay, I unmuted everything. Hello, darlings. Welcome back. Wait, that's a
That's why you
horrible.
don't put Swiss cheese in between your feet.
What about cheese between
You
my
know,
feet?
I'm not gonna lie. The reason I paused there because I was like, someone's going to say something weird,
You
and
could just say north.
that's fair.
We're on one tonight, so it's fine.
We're at this point we're on several.
Welcome
We're on a
back.
baker's dozen.
Oh Jesus.
I
Welcome
haven't
back.
been on a baker's dozen in 10 years.
In 10 years.
Oh, Toby can tell you.
All right. We also have music. It's wonderful what happens when you can fight with your computer for a hot second. Anyway, we are going to shift over to old Toby and the rest of the party. This is not the sound I wanted to play. God damn it. Why must you?
And that was the third time I got dysentery.
Well then,
It's fine.
what
Did I tell you
are
I love you today?
what are Gwyn, Mar, and Apple up to as old Toby sets up his stall, which consists of a couple planks of wood and a very sloppily written side that says Old Toby's Collectibles.
Honestly, I think as soon as Mars sees old Toby setting up, it's just I need to do recon at the closest forge that I can find.
All right. Go ahead and make me a perceive check.
By recon, he means shopping.
You right. That is a 16 with hope.
Okay. You go for a bit of a walk, and you do come upon a small forge. It's a little bit more tucked away. Not a whole lot of people are coming up to it. Possibly a blessing or a curse in your eyes. But at the anvil, hammering away at what looks to be something becoming a sword, is a gnome. This little gnome has a blacksmith's apron on and sort of a gray shirt with many holes and tears, clear signs that the embers have just sort of eaten away at this thing. So it's clinging to his form. He's got a little bit of a balding head with a tuft of sort of rust-colored hair and a small goatee. He just hammers away at this sword. Can I help you? Just continues.
You wouldn't happen to know how to augment one's weapon so that when you cut the head off of a clown, it stays dead instead of talking.
He, pauses halfway through a swing. What?
I took the head of a mage.
Well, that's the first problem.
Once the head was removed, it continued to talk. Can you resolve this?
He sort of puts the hammer back on his belt and, sticks the sword back into the fire. So, just to make sure I'm on the same page, you're blaming your weapon and not the fact that you were just attacking a mage who has magic.
All things can be destroyed, even magic. It would be preferable if it could be destroyed with the same instrument that I use to destroy my enemies. Can you accomplish this?
All right. Let's dive into this. What are we talking about here? Meaning your weapon. Do you have your weapon?
Of course.
May I Can I see it? Can I examine it?
He takes his whole frog off and puts the axe and the frog on the counter.
Okay, I mean this is a nice axe. He's examining the axe. Go ahead and describe the make of Mars' axe.
The hilt is made of dragon fang, while the blade itself is made out of adamantine, and star metal. Everyone from his tribe forges their own blade. He forged his blade with the remains of the first dragon that he slew, and a stone that was passed down from his family. It's just a hollowed axe, but it is an axe with a lion head carved into the hilt, leather boundings, and dragon scale up the heft all the way to the axe blade.
Okay. The blacksmith examines your axe. You're one of... Never mind. Listen, the metals that you have here are a little complex. It's a lot happening here. I can work with it, but it might take a while. And I mean, we're talking probably close to at least a month. I mean, you got, what is this, star metal? I mean, that alone. You're gonna have to allow me some time to see if it's even malleable, so I could inlay something that will work for you. But I mean, I could do it.
And once you completed the task, once I remove the head from the mage, they will in fact stay dead.
Well, I mean, I can make it sharper, and I can maybe talk with some co-workers of mine who are good with enchanting and ensuring that whatever you hit stays dead, but, I can't necessarily guarantee it. Can't say I've had that problem with any of my wares.
This is good to know. Are you familiar with other materials other than metals, perhaps crystals and the like?
Yeah, there are some crystals that I personally don't work in, but I do know that my cousin, who's got a shop up the road, does. Could sort of do a joint project, sort of what I had in mind, to, inlay some of these crystals into your blade, imbue it with some magical essence, and maybe that'd do the trick.
What do you believe would be the best crystal to imprison a humanoid?
To imprison?
Yes.
I mean, and he kind of looks around, making sure there's no Terrafan around. I could think of a couple. There's one that you might find at like a temple. Yeah, some might use something like that for prayer, meditation, or something. But for something like imprisoning, I imagine something in that same vein, a divine crystal.
And what color would the stone that you refer to be?
Sort of, not clear, like an icy blue, a little bit of translucent, but not quite. And he gives the description of the crystal you found Apple in.
Very good. I'm gonna look at his wares.
He's got a solid set of swords and axes and all that.
But to a dwarf.
To a dwarf, they're like nice training weapons.
Keep practicing. And he just
Well, fuck you too, friend. And he immediately goes back. Goes back to hammering. Keep practicing. He's about to swing again. He goes, "Wait, you said a mage
Yes.
who looked like a clown."
That is the correct tense, yes. Are you familiar with this individual?
You said he didn't stay dead, right?
They did not make it easy to dispatch them. Fortunately, I'm stubborn.
With all due respect, I don't think I'll be able to assist you with any further business. Do take care. I hope your stay in Oldpost goes well. And he immediately starts, like, packing up his stuff.
So, there's a scene in The Punisher.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Where that's what's about to happen. So, Mara's gonna walk to the door and just flip the side to closed.
Oh. Oh, no.
It would appear that our conversation is not yet over.
With all due respect, I do believe it has, and I would ask that you leave, please.
I intend to, once I have the information that you are hiding from me.
I'm not hiding anything. I just don't associate with people of that caliber. And he immediately starts turning to try to, like, head into the back room.
Don't make me chase you. That'll be unpleasant for us both.
Ooh, roll me. Oh, Jesus.
Don't make me chase you. You'll just die tired.
I'm going to mark that down for reasons. What was it? Don't make me chase you.
It'll be unpleasant for us both. See? I told you he's subtle.
That's a brick to the face.
Wow.
I said what I said.
Go ahead. Give me a roll. We're gonna make this a presence roll.
Okie dokie. I would like to call upon one of my experiences.
Okay.
And the name of that experience is Better to Burn Together, because I don't give a crap what trouble I get into.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. In that case, we'll go ahead and add the modifier. And here we go.
There's such a clear distinction between Mar and Noir, and I fucking love it so much.
That's 20. That's 21. That's 21 with fear.
Okay. I'm going to take fear.
Oh, wait. That's a. It says critical success. It's two tens.
Okay. He went from being scared to shitting himself.
He's about to die of a heart attack.
You put the
Just
fear of a god in him.
Somebody's got.
With no gods around.
God dang it. Come on.
You made him a believer real quick.
I didn't mean for this to turn bad. I just wanted to see if I could maybe get an enchantment or a little bit of information. Things just happen.
I just wanted my axe.
Noir.
He told me, get out. I said no.
I didn't say no. I said later.
Oh, my beloved Noir. You are a goddamn delight. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to choose not to take fear.
Okay.
And something's going to happen, but not immediately.
All right.
As you say, don't run, he pauses and turns. Listen, I don't want any trouble. And if you've dealt with Luther, I with all due respect, I want nothing to do with you, even if you are on the side of goodness and all that. I don't want to. If he's got his eye on you, that means he's going to know where you are, and he's going to come here, and I lost a cousin to him. So just please.
And you cower at his name. That is how you choose to remember your cousin. Before I was annoyed by you, and now I am disgusted. But we will address that later. What you will do is you will tell me everything you know about this Luther. And you will tell me because if you fear him, then it would only be rational for you to understand that upsetting the man that removed his head from his shoulders is folly. Speak.
Anywhere he goes, people die. All right?
We have that in common.
No. Listen, I understand you're one of those from up north, right? You hunt monsters. You hunt the dragons, right?
Yes.
Yes, well, dragons have nothing on him. Towns gone. People all at once in the blink of an eye. Gone. All from that damn laugh. He is the court magician, and he is untouchable. Anyone who has had an inkling to try to rise up and break his reign of terror on these people, all of them end up going missing or dead, one of which was my cousin. My cousin was born with the gift of magic. I will always call it a gift, no matter what those fucking elves say. But it's because of that I now have no idea where my cousin is, and as far as I'm concerned, he's dead. So, with all due respect, while you are standing in front of me, and you have your big, shiny star metal axe, and you're looking all sorts of pissed off that I'm cowering, I want you to keep in mind that many have tried to stand up against him, and all of them have failed at one point or another. So take your bravado and you shove it up your ass.
Imagine if you showed this much courage in the face of someone that took something from you. What a world we would live in.
It's at that point the metal on the counter, some of the daggers and loose coins maybe, vibrate. Oh, fuck. And you watch as the daggers and all sorts of metallics slide on their own until they slam against the wall and pin as if they're magnetized. You hear the door behind you click and open on its own. And stepping in is a dark elf with deep red eyes, long dark hair tied in the back, wearing a somewhat regal set of armor. I'm sorry, is there a disturbance here? Would hate for trouble in my city. No, Mako, everything's fine. I was just getting ready to close up shop for the day. Gotta take an early lunch. If you need me, I'll be in the back. And the blacksmith quickly hurries away. A newcomer.
Nothing for you to concern yourself with,
Oh,
I assure you.
I'm sure not. Regardless, be careful who you ask about such characters. You never know who might be listening in, and you can hear in your mind, someone may always be watching.
In his mind, he's going to reply, one would be required to fear not seeing tomorrow for such childish intimidation tactics to work.
Well, that means so much coming from the angry dwarf intimidating a blacksmith. Truly inspiring words. But if you haven't caught the hint, stay out of trouble. I would hate to cause any discomfort for you and yours, since it is your first time entering my city.
Forgive me if I question your judgment. Of all the cities in the world, you picked this one. Clearly, you are not the best in terms of decision making. Your armor is so pristine.
Thank you. I wish I could say the same about your face, but that would be childish after all.
There's an old dwarvish proverb. I think translated to the common tongue it says, "Fear not the man with pristine armor." Clearly he doesn't use it.
One of the daggers that's pinned against the wall drifts and just gently encircles you. Well, it's been wonderful meeting another dwarf in my city. I do believe it's time you were on your way. I would hate for another scar to be added to your already gruesome face.
You should ask about the people who left these scars. If they could speak. And he's gonna walk by and do the chest bump.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's been great, guys. We start rolling up new characters at the end of the session.
Does Noir know this guy is probably much higher level? Yeah. Does Mar know? Yeah. Does Mar care? Absolutely not.
As you walk out, the metal of your axe vibrates just a little, and it falls off of your form. Oh, be careful. Those things are awful troublesome. Make sure you tie it nice and tight.
Yeah. Because without it, I'd have no other choice but to beat my opponent to death. What a pity that would be.
You're fun. Take care.
You as well.
He gives a slight nod. And you can't tell. I mean, you can try to roll for it if you want. You're torn if he is acting out of respect or I'm gonna fucking kill you.
You know, honestly, I want to roll. Mar doesn't care. He's just gonna walk out.
All right.
Almost sad that the guy did like actually touch the X, because that's death.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. While that is going on, Gwyn, Ohm, and Apple, what are you guys up to? Apple, the moment Mar like disappears into the crowd, she's like, "Oh, I can finally breathe." He's very stifling. Is he always like that?
Yes.
Mean.
Yeah. He's got his
Only on
reasons,
days when
though.
the sun rises and the moon follows.
Oh, it's every day. Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, that's cute.
And he's got his reasons. But there's no other person that I'd want at my back in a fight.
Well, you could at least smile once.
I think I've seen him smile actually once in the years that I've known him.
Oh. What happened?
I think he just killed a gnoll.
Oh. Why is it always death? She like huffs a little bit and has another bite of an apple. So, I don't. I feel bad. Like,
What for?
Would you like some medicine?
well, no, I'm starting to understand that babysitting thing we're talking about. I hope I'm not too much of a burden.
I mean, we haven't ended up in a fight yet. So,
Although with Mar prowling out on his own, it's probably a fair certainty that we will.
yeah, no, I'm just thinking about the fact that I probably should have gone with him. Fuck.
You can go after him if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go make sure that, he hasn't, I don't know, sliced through half a tavern.
That would
Shit.
probably be wise.
Yeah, no, I'll be,
We'll be fine.
you got this, right? You got this.
Of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got
yep.
this.
Give the kid like a pat on the head with like the giant meat hook of a hand.
Ow.
She will protect me with her dagger.
Eyes to
He
the sky.
arises.
That
Oh no, I wasn't serious that time. I was just reminding you that that's the word. Sorry.
you got it.
She smiles a little bit. Did you see that?
Muttering in Orcish, gonna go off and find the goddamn.
Gwyn
Bail
smiles
him out
often.
again.
Gwen does. But it's like, I know she's sarcastic. What does she like?
Crushing her enemies. See him driven before. No.
I was talking about her, not Mar.
Gwyn. Well, see. And I sit down next to her. Clonk. It's a very interesting study. At first blush, it would appear that both Gwyn and Mar are very similar, both attracted to violence, finding a certain pleasure and release in it, in effect, running towards the fire when most people run away from the fire. That is what you expect people to do, run away from the fire, but they seem to revel in the fire. The difference is this. Gwyn will run towards the fire. Mar will set the fire, then run towards the fire.
Both of these seem unwise. I mean, aren't they gonna get burned?
Well, both are quite skilled. But I think the thing we should be trying to ask, and you have to understand that I am very curious about the nature of people, especially these people that I travel with, and so I am given to observing them from time to time and trying to make deductions as to why they are the way they are. I think that the problem is not that they enjoy running towards the fire. The issue would be trying to figure out why that is. Because, as we said, most people don't run towards the fire. Most people run away from the fire. So there is something that happened to them at some point along the way that made them feel like running towards the fire was a better alternative to not. And that can be difficult to understand when you don't have all the knowledge that led one to make such a decision.
Huh.
Remember when I said that I had seen things of you from your past that showed happiness, and that because of this, you could work towards happiness again. But
Yeah.
if you had never experienced happiness, if you did not know what happiness was, or if happiness had been taken away from you, how would you know how to find it again?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's very difficult to do on your own. You need someone to point you the way. There is an old story about a man who has fallen down a hole. And as he's moving about that hole, unable to find his way out in the dark, stumbling around, he sees a friend of his walking upstairs, and he yells to him. He's like, hey, friend, I have fallen down this hole. Could you help me? And his friend jumps down into the hole with him, and he's like, what are you doing? Why did you do this? Now we're both in the hole. And his friend says, yes, but I've been here before and I know the way out. And that is why we have friends. That is why Gwyn and Mar are with Nox and Acorn and I, in the hopes that one of us perhaps can lead them to finding some of that happiness that they used to have, that they seem to have lost. And that is why you are not a burden. Because they are not a burden. This is what you do for people. When they need to be led somewhere or taken care of, you do that.
After you say that, she fully kind of scoots closer and snuggles up against you.
I am not very comfortable. I am quite angular and hard.
Yeah, comfortable.
You do not remember anything of your friend. The one like me, but much bigger.
She giggles again. Yeah, I do. He was real big. All the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always there, I think. And he always knew what to do. He was like a parent. But the kind of parent that's there when your actual parents aren't. And her eyes flash a little bit again. He was there all the
Sort
time.
of like Gwyn for Mar. Yes, I understand.
Yeah. He didn't want to play with me. And so Alexander had to. And I spent all my time with Alexander, and he was always so happy and smiling. And her eyes eventually stop.
Before she comes back, I want to try something. I want to reach into my my little bag of tuning forks, and I want to take one, and I want to just, while her eyes are flashing, I want to hit it gently against myself and just see if there are any reactions.
The flashing of her eyes goes consistent, and her eyes are completely clouded white. Alexander was always so nice to me. He always knew exactly what to do, even when father and mother were busy. He and I grew so close. And that's why it hurts thinking about him pushing me away. Pushing me away from home.
Why did he do it?
The darkness was coming. The shadows were creeping closer. They were inside. They were in our home. They were... Mother and father ran to help. The others tried to stop them, but Alexander knew there was no stopping him. So Alexander pushed me down from on high here.
Where is home?
up.
in the
up.
sky.
Yeah. And she's like got this like sway to her, almost like she's in a trance. As her eyes just consistently glow this cloudy white.
The man that you saw, what did he look like?
I didn't see. I heard him.
Laugh.
As you say laugh, it's like she's experiencing the memory over and over again, and she starts hyperventilating.
I stopped the tuning fork.
Her eyes return to normal.
Apple, look at me. Look at me. Hear my voice. Hear my voice. You're safe.
She immediately like
You're here,
hugs
my
you
friend.
around the waist and like buries her face.
Oh, don't rush that. No, never mind. That's fine.
As she's burying her face, she just says, "You said the rust was a part of your coloring. It should be fine, right?"
Well, sometimes you have to lie a little bit. Even to the ones you love. But, Apple,
Yeah.
those things you said about Alexander. He loved you. That is what someone does when they love you. They are always there, and they always know what to say.
My name's not Apple. But if you want to call me that, it's fine. I think I figured out what it is.
When you're ready to tell me, you can tell me. Until then, perhaps it might be good for you to simply be Apple for a while.
She nods and hugs a little tighter. It's at that point you can hear a bit of conversation. I think they were down this way. Yeah, I think I saw them head this way too. But before we continue that scene, Gwyn.
Why do I always end up here? Why? I mean, I understand, like, on a conceptual level, like, muttering to herself as she's walking down the street, like, keeping half an eye out for Mars' dumb ass. I understand that he saved my fucking life. Appreciate that. I'm super glad for it. Love him for that. I swear to fucking gods, on the Morrigan spear, I'm gonna take his tiny ass, and I'm gonna throw it into a lava pit.
Sounds kinky. You hear behind you as a bard stands behind you. He's got a lute in hand. He's got a scraggly beard. His hair's a mess. He's not wearing anything flashy, but he's got a lute. Sounds like something worthy of a song. Yeah? Yeah?
No, first of all.
What?
Second of all, you seen a particularly angry dwarf about, like, yay high, scarred up, scowling?
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. And he, like,
Oh, for
starts
fuck's-
to slowly turn.
I'll flip him a fucking gold piece.
Oh,
Or
thank
fucking
you.
fine. Jesus.
God. Yeah, he went to the smithy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to work on your sales pitch, bud.
I mean, there are many smithies around, so if you're trying to ask for the specifics, well, that's a...
I'm gonna stand up a little straighter and cross my arms.
Okay. It was a joke. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe you should stick to music.
Well,
Hmm.
it's a tough crowd. Dude, it's that one, and he points at the shop. We went in there, but I'd be careful because the captain of the guard's in there too. So
Oh, for fuck's sake.
yeah, and he just like turns and just starts playing as he saunters away.
Have our timelines synced up yet?
I'm going to say at this point, we've got Quill and Nox. I'm going to say that they're approaching, and they're going to see you approaching the smithy just as the door opens and Mars starts to step out.
Oh, that doesn't look promising.
Deus ex party pants.
Deus Ex Undies.
That's my move.
Mar.
Yes.
Oh, good. You're still up and walking.
Why
Come
would,
on.
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, I heard tell that the captain of the fucking guard was in that smithy.
Yes, and I let him live.
And talked about this.
He seemed keen to flaunt his power, and the fact that he could kill me, I disagreed.
Your pride is going to be the death of us both.
Not pride. Experience.
At this point, it looks like the same thing from here.
It didn't come to blows, and I do believe that he touched my axe with magic, and
Shit.
I restrained myself. I didn't even take a finger.
That's growth, bud. I'm proud of you.
I'm going to say at this point, as the four of you group up, you see a patrol of Terrafan elves heading towards where the cart is with old Toby.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I
really
don't like that.
I don't like that at all. Also, there's a bounty on our heads, so.
What?
Talk and walk.
Oh god. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put my hood up, and I'm gonna yank Mars' hood up.
Mars gonna go. Really, there's a bounty on our head. The guards here are more inept than I thought.
Right. All I have to say is it's a reliable source that told me that we are perhaps wanted people, but there is a job that we could do to get out of having a bounty on our heads. So.
Oh, that's a
Doesn't
fucking
require
trap.
lace.
Yeah, I think
What?
that is quite clearly a trap.
Yeah, no, that's a fucking trap.
Yeah, it's a fucking trap, but honestly, I do know for a fact that we would get out of the bounty situation, but I think going in and doing the job will actually be a trap. So,
Yeah,
you know.
You know what?
six
So
of
it
one,
sounds like-
half dozen of another.
So either way, we're gonna end up in the fucking lockup, is what you're telling me.
Ooh. That's what I try to tell her, but in less words.
I think it could be fun.
You know what? I mean, Mar, it's been a minute since we've gotten to like throw people. So what do you say?
Wait,
I've
let's go.
been-
Let's go get the plank.
No,
Awesome
no, we're
plank.
gonna like walking and talking, fuckers.
We're going to cut back to Ohm and Apple.
And that was the third time I sprung an oil leak.
Oh, it's a really bad thing. Why don't you ever get that looked at? I mean, don't they have like, I don't like clank
Shoddy
doctors for that?
workmanship. The welder I was contracting at the time, it's just shoddy workmanship.
Oh, you know,
It's just
if
shoddy workmanship. I mean, it's very difficult to find.
well,
Why are they all hiding their heads and their faces?
as you make that observation, you actually see a small patrol of Terrafan elves that start approaching. One of them steps
You
in
can-
front of the others and says, "Hail, Master Clank."
I stand up. I am nobody's master, but you can say hello to me.
Hello. We are sort of making sure that there aren't any unsavories within our walls, and we can't help but notice that your description matches a bounty that we have been recently made aware of.
would this description be a robot-like individual with a metal body and lights for eyes?
It was more the top hat specifically that was included.
Oh, I just purchased this.
Oh, make me a
That fellow seemed quite in a hurry to sell it to me too.
Make me a check, my friend. We are gonna make this a presence
Ballsy as
check.
shit.
That was great.
That's
Sassy
amazing.
little robot.
Oh, I love that so much.
God, I love it.
I'm going to first of all, I'm going to use one of my prayer dice,
Okay.
which gives me an extra 4.
Awesome.
Let's go
And
bleak.
what?
No, I'm just cheering for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just excited for you.
You're trying to tell me something about the rules I needed to know.
No, you're the one who knows the rules better than I do. Don't ask.
Kato's like, you add the 2 numbers and then you.
I'm gonna give myself a bloody nose. Oh my God.
Oh, my
This
love.
is- slip on the
And
acorn.
can I make a play for my Orderborn dedication? So my Orderborn dedication, one of them, basically I get to once per short rest, I get to roll a d20 instead of a d12 if I can describe how the action that I'm trying embodies one of my principles. And this principle that I'm using is free will does not negate purpose. I have free will and can do whatever I want in this situation. I could try to save myself, I could, but my purpose is to protect Apple and my friends.
I love
And
that.
So
Yes, I will allow that.
awesome sauce. All right. Go to town on this. Yep. So that's 14. I am sorry. I'm going to reroll that because I rolled 2d20 instead of a d12 and a d20. Because I'm dumb.
No.
I'm just gonna reroll
I'm not
the
dumb.
d12.
I'm
Okay. So what? 14, 22, 26. Hope.
Shit.
Nice.
Yar.
Well, there was supposed to be some other travelers with this clank as well.
No, as you can see, there's only the 2 of us. Oh, and the young lady's old grandfather over there, old Toby. But I wouldn't bother him. He's got a lot to do right now. You see, he lost his teeth this morning, and he has not been the same since.
The guards all visibly like recoil a little bit.
We're still looking for them. I'm just hoping they're not stuck somewhere.
Like found.
But
its
that
way-
fellow that sold me the hat quite hurriedly and for a very cheap price went that away in quite the hurry, I must say. And he, now that you mention, he met up with a couple of other folks, very shifty looking fellows, and they made their way out towards the eastern end of town.
All
I knew
right.
something was up with those rascals.
As you are having a conversation with this guard, what are the rest of you guys doing as you're approaching and seeing this group of elves approach and are talking with Ohm?
I think we're coming up with a battle plan.
I'm before anybody jumps in and does anything ill-advised, Mar.
I was just about to say, like, if nobody's stopping him, he's just gonna keep walking.
No, Gwen immediately has the back of his jerkin and like plants her feet. It's like having a bulldog on a leash. And I'll like pull folks back. Like I'm envisioning that we're like coming down the street, and I will like guide folks back to where we're like around the corner so we can see. And if shit gets on and popping, then we can jump in pretty easily. But we don't.
Okay. Ohm, as you are having this conversation with the guard, well, if you see any unsightly characters, be sure to make their presence known.
Sir, I'll have you know that I am a clank. I come from a city where order is respected above all else. Without order, there is but chaos. And in chaos is only destruction and despair. So as you can see, I'm pretty devoted to the idea of law and order. So if there's anything else I can do for you.
No, Just remain vigilant, Sir Clank.
I certainly will. Continue your fantastic work.
They slowly turn and start heading away. The salute got me. They start walking away, but their eyes are still peeled as they are looking through the crowd. I'm going to need hide checks from our four heroes.
Oh, heck.
You know what I did at the beginning of the session?
What did you do at the beginning of the session?
So, because I am Wanderborn, that means at the beginning of the session, I can randomly pick another community background. And wouldn't you know it, I grabbed Slyborn
That
because
is-
I thought we might get into some fuckery.
Hey, don't say that word with such sass at me.
I mean, can I choose to roll with disadvantage? Because I didn't do nothing wrong. Why am I hiding?
If you want to self-impose disadvantage, this is entirely up to you. I am not.
So in that case, can I, as a Slyborn as well, can I just use the hide feature and mark a stress to become hidden?
Sure.
It gives disadvantage on all rolls against me.
Oh. I like it.
rolled because I don't have that feature, and I got
Yeah,
I have
with,
two 11s.
with mine.
2 11s?
Ooh,
Okay.
God
ooh,
damn
that's a
it.
crit. What did you do?
I got a crit.
A crit. Wait, both of you guys got a crit?
I
Yeah,
got 2 11s, so
I got
Ten
two
other-
sixes.
crits
Oh,
was
two
like 2 12s. Or
No,
is that
it's
wrong?
it's matching numbers.
Oh,
whatever
that's
the
Is it?
numbers.
Oh, okay.
Things
Yeah.
we're learning about Daggerheart that I also didn't know, but the rest of the table
See?
didn't know.
See, we didn't know that 2 crits
This is
were,
bullshit.
Out here trying to get us thrown in jail before we even steal shit.
We didn't do. What we going to jail for? I killed a bad guy.
We gotta go steal shit or a person apparently.
I'm
We
Yeah.
have some crime to do.
Gotta
We
go
can't be
kidnap
in
people.
jail.
Yeah, can we do the crime first?
They can't put us in jail for not doing a crime. That's not even fair.
Honey, it's an empire. What do you think they do?
Well,
Looked
there
at
it
me
is.
wrong, and we're going to jail. I mean, come on.
I'm sitting here,
Um,
I'm sitting here trying to write this fucking message and I keep laughing and my pen keeps messing up.
I'm sorry.
Do not ever
Let
apologize.
let me extrapolate though. For my particular, I guess for Wanderborn, you get different editions depending on which community you grab. For Slyborn, for me in particular, I have something called Scoundrel, which means I have advantage on any rolls where I'm negotiating with criminals, detecting lies, or finding a safe place to hide.
Oh, that works for me.
Absolute bullshit.
Uh,
I've never hated a crit so much.
That's so funny.
could I just like, since we both crit, he's like, I'm gonna say that he gets off of her grip because he's just gonna keep walking, but like I'm just gonna grab him with a bunch of tree trunks and just engrope him up against a wall so that like he's now like just completely
Stuck like
flat
this.
on the wall, just flat
Everybody,
on the
everybody do it
wall.
together. Everybody do it together.
Yeah.
So wait, let me get this right. Mars walking and getting grabbed by vines.
Oh no.
I think he's gonna go. What? You want some? Fuck!
just slap. Just slap. Like,
There's like a vine in his mouth.
So, Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Phrasing.
You want
Oh,
some
yeah.
fuck.
We all heard it. We all heard it, chat.
We know, Miko. We know.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Jesus. You all find a suitable place to hide as the patrol passes by without issue. As they are passing by, you can hear a small bit of conversation amongst them as someone approaches them Oh, sir, we were just on our patrol looking around for those criminals that the bounty had recently been posted. And you hear, oh, well, be vigilant in your patrol. I do believe they may be at the eastern end of the city. And you realize that this person they're talking with is deliberately giving the patrol incorrect directions. Oh, right away, sir. Give us a moment. And you just hear, like, hurried footsteps. Well, this is interesting.
Oh shit, does he see us?
He doesn't make it known, but he just says, tonight, on the rooftop of the Rusty Cutlass, I would be available for a conversation should any recent arrivals to the city want to meet. Let's discuss business. And as the entity walks into view, like walking away from, like, I'm gonna say you guys like dip into an alleyway. Dip into an alleyway.
I'm listening.
You horny people.
We're doing great, y'all.
Dip into an
Not
alleyway.
stats for all teams.
You can spot a dark elf wearing this deep black and purple armor.
Not the same dark elf that
Same one. He is not walking. He is gliding across the ground.
Storyteller, if I may,
Yes.
God
Yes.
damn it.
I would-
him.
I would like to think really loudly.
Go for it.
Are we having a conversation, or are we going to do what we both really want to do? And I'm just going to just project the image of my axe buried in this goddamn skull.
You get back. As tempting as that sounds, I feel you all could be more useful alive than dead. And he does send an image back as he says this next bit. Although, that does sound very fun. And it's an image of your trachea crushed.
I don't think he can help himself think this back immediately, which is, I didn't think I'd die that way.
Oh. The gifts.
Oh my
the
God.
gifts just keep on coming.
Oh my god. Okay, so he's doing that thing where he's talking to us, but he's not looking at us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate that he knows that we're there. What a butt.
I know, it's fucking creepy. How far away is he?
At this point, like 20, 25 feet. He's just like
Okay.
floating away from you. If you want to have said something before he started moving away, that's fine.
Yeah, mostly just, you cross us and I'll fucking kill you.
Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that today.
You cross us, Gwyn fucking kills you, and I steal your underpants. So, dude.
Are you wearing lace?
You just. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say, at this point, would it be possible for him to just like flex out of the vines and go, he's like directly at Gwen. You got mad at me for doing the exact thing you're doing right now to the exact same person. The exact same.
I know you. I know you. You will start shit with someone because they looked at you sideways. That motherfucker was being weird and creepy. Don't
He did-
get
he-
on my ass, Mar.
One, he did look at you. Two, he was being weird and creepy to me too.
Okay, so he's being weird and creepy, but do we meet up with him, or do we take this other job that will possibly relieve the bounty from our heads?
The fact that these things have happened concurrently makes me a little suspicious that they might be connected.
I
And you know
turn
it's
to-
fucking weird when I can make that connection.
I turn to Ohm and I grab his little clank face and I go, so there's a couple things happening that we need to update you on, and one of which is there's a bounty on all our heads, which can apparently be expunged if we were to perhaps take this job from someone who may or may not be an ex of mine, and we could do that, and she is more or less trustworthy, or there's this whatever at the roof of the Rusty Cutlass. Either way, I think all roads point to the Rusty Cutlass. So what do you think, Grove?
That second part with the all roads. Yeah, I think it's all fucking connected. God damn it.
I think that the only thing that surprises me out of everything you've just said to me is that Mara has not yet killed someone.
I know.
And for that, I am
know.
thankful.
You know what? I said I was proud of him,
Honestly?
and I meant it.
I
To
feel
be
like we should throw
fair.
him a stake.
To be fair, I
Uh,
don't kill a lot of people. It's just that I'm determined once I've decided someone needs to die.
That's
No, it's
that's
because
fair.
you were being held by trees.
I high five Quill.
My suggestion, if you are open to hearing it, is that we seem to be reacting to people's plans, which allows them to put us where they want. I would suggest we instead try to seize the initiative.
I tried to, but I was held by plants.
No,
That's-
that
was-
murdering everyone is not seizing the initiative. It's just murdering everyone.
No, just him. Just the one guy.
Just the one guy, to be honest.
Okay, here's the
Being
thing. Here's
fair.
the thing.
Oh, by the way,
He-
the Archmage's name was Luther.
The who?
Of course, it was Luther. How ominous and also
Clown,
square at the
Clowny
same time.
McFuckface.
With the name and description, Apple clings to Ohm tighter.
Oh
What's-
my god.
Well, look at that.
You remember something?
I don't want to talk about it. Please don't make me talk about it.
Mar,
You
I
don't-
swear to God, if you scare this kid,
I
Mar?
come
haven't-
here. Come here.
Listen, I've been held by goddamn trees. I have had some weird elf magically touch my axe. I have been on my best behavior. I am not going to scare this goddamn child
But you're scaring me now.
on purpose.
I mean, leave her alone, would you?
I have said not a single word to this child.
I crouch down. I crouch down to Apple, who I presumably is still clinging to and I go, you don't have to tell us what happened, but we've got two different things that we can possibly do, and I know I just met you, but I just feel like maybe our whole goal is to keep you safe. So, and I look up at Ohm and I say, what do you think? Where do we go?
I think we go to the Rusty Cutlass, but we go early.
Okay.
What do we do with the girl?
Mar would actually like to walk towards Apple and kneel down and pull out his axe and hold it like this and go, I'm not going to ask you to tell me what you know, but I will tell you this. If you are afraid of Luther, put your hands on the axe.
She hesitates for a moment before she eventually reaches over and places her hands on the axe.
This is all I have left of everyone that I have ever loved. And the only thing that I can do to honor them is to make it so that individuals that make you feel what you feel right now when you think about him. This removes them from the equation. Feel your fear and know that the weapon you hold in your head removed the head of the thing you fear.
All right, that's enough, Mar.
No,
Mar,
it's
step away.
not. It's
Mar.
Bar's going to stand up and go, no. You all treat this one as if they're fragile and made of glass. They whisked us away from something that none of us could kill. If you don't respect this child enough to acknowledge their power, fine, that is your decision, but I will not join you in it. This is the weapon that killed the thing you fear. This is the weapon that will continue to kill the things you fear.
And set enough fires, Mar, and the entire world burns down, and then what do you have left? Back away from her.
One day, Clink, you will know how to decide who is your ally and who is your foe, because clearly you are not making that decision wisely today.
As you say clank, Apple stands up, looks you dead in the eyes, and says, his name is Ohm.
And what is yours?
Airy.
Sometimes you have to push individuals towards the fire so they can find their own.
Well, don't make me push you then.
Now tell us what you know of Luther.
He was
I
the...
would like to suggest, before we get into the weeds on this, that we find someplace decidedly less public.
Hey, I got you.
So
You all
sorry.
good?
We just did an O check in the chat.
Shit.
I'm so
No! You son of a bitch! Okay, it's fine. I guess I can't access the chat because I'm doing the host thing, but love you.
Oh.
We're good. What do you guys do? It has been mentioned maybe finding a less conspicuous place to discuss this.
Especially with tempers running the way they are.
It's your city, Nox. Where can we go to lay low?
I've got a friend. I think we can use the stables,
All right.
and I would like to go find Gorjak, who I know has some horse stables that he would occasionally let me sleep in when I had pulled off a job, and I would just hunker down under the hay.
Okay. You approach a giantkin with long, messy, sort of mossy, straw-like hair that sort of hangs in front of his eyes. He's a little lanky for a giantkin, but you approach the stables and he's like, "No, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. Don't be scared." The horse is like, "Ah." No, he's gently, you know, petting a horse as you all approach. Oh,
Oi,
hey.
Jack.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's good. I'm just taking care of things here. It's been a pretty nice day so far. Weather's been nice. Do you need to sleep in the...
I don't need to sleep there yet, but if we could just borrow it for like 20 minutes.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, here, come on in. And he'll, like, lumber over to the stable doors and, like, easily... Like, this huge door he just pulls open. Yeah, it's right inside there. Don't mind Betsy. She's a little agitated today, but she's cordoned off.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reach into my bag and go,
Oh, no.
snack?
No, well, if it's a snack, I mean, I haven't had any snacks yet today, so
I hand him an apple.
he takes the apple. Thanks.
It's the size of a grape.
I meant the apple for Betsy, but I
I
much prefer the
large.
No,
That was a Cujo thing, not a character
no.
thing.
I wanted all. That's all I wanted.
You
I'm
are
curious.
you are led into the stables. They're closed off. The only thing inside is Betsy, which is one of the horses who's just hanging out in one of the stalls.
I gently go over to her and just kind of like try and calm my own nerves and pet her nose and pull a snack out of my bag and offer a flat hand to her.
Almost say, Knox, would you perhaps show Apple how you would go about feeding a horse and taking care of them?
Sure. Come here, kid.
She approaches. She's all excited.
And I pull out a couple of like loose grapes from my bag and I say, hand flat. Okay? She's got a big mouth and she can't see very well to get there.
Oh.
There you go. Just up to her nose.
And she holds it, and Betsy eagerly like laps and picks up the grapes, and she's like, "Oh, her mouth is wet."
Yeah. I reckon she'd let you pet her nose.
And she'll graze it and kind of hold it close. And in that moment, Betsy like visibly calms. Like whatever Gorjak had mentioned. It seems Betsy is calmer already with you all here. She's cute.
She's a good old girl. Got me out of a scrap or two. Now, I know that what you've come from is really scary. I know what that feels like. I also can't imagine exactly how horrible it's been for you. But if you can give us any information that you might have on this Luther, I think it will help keep us safe.
I just want to say I'm doing because I want to, not because Mar told me to. And she glares at Mar.
I know that Mar is scary and he made some pretty intense demands of you who, although tough, are young. It comes from a good place with him. He cares just as much about your safety as I do or any of the rest of us. And he has been through a lot of really terrible things himself. You've just got to give him a little time.
Okay. Luther found a way into the Hallows above.
Really?
Yeah. He was snatching up everybody from up there. He's really scary. And Mom and Dad were trying to hold him and his friends off. I didn't get a good look at him, but Alexander, he could tell if he didn't do something that I would be taken to, so he pushed me from above and I fell. I came here, I guess, and I think I'm the only one left. Luther, he's not a god or a goddess or a divinity. He's something else. At least that's what I heard Dad say once.
Something evil?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he poisons people. Like in their head. And I think he took everybody I love away.
I think you did too, love.
That's really all I know right now. But I don't know, maybe I'll think of more as we go, but that's all I know right now.
It's alright. Maybe more will come to you. But right now we've got to figure out what to do. So I turn it to you all. What do you think? Do we go and walk into what is obviously a trap?
Right now, I think we're looking at 2 traps, if I'm being completely honest.
They might be the same trap, if we're completely honest.
But if he wants to see us after dark, we go earlier and we wait for him. And that way, we control the venue.
It's not a bad idea. And also, we've got the whole revelry there, so as much as Daisy would love to hand me my ass and know that's not a euphemism,
For once.
I think that she would, if asked, protect us, or at least do whatever she could. Got bigger fish to fry than whatever's happening with the mayor. I think she might be in trouble too. So.
When I acquired the name, I also acquired further information in regards to the crystal that held this one. It is a substance used by the church.
Okay.
Like the capital C.
That would be the one.
Do you think they would use her?
I think if I were an all-powerful sociopath that had his head removed, that I would like to toy with the ones that did it. I think that the method in which I would toy with them is to have an accomplice use them. And the easiest method to do that would be to put a bounty on their head and give them the hope of removing said bounty. That way you control where they go, who they reach out to, and what they do afterwards. I think if I were a sociopath who lost a divine being that they had captured in a crystal, I would want that individual back. And so I would put a trap to get them to bring them to me. And I think that that is exactly what we are doing. So, you all ask, what do we do next? Regardless of the choices that we take, I believe we're doing exactly what is expected of us.
We're certainly not bringing her anywhere near this.
We already
Can't
have.
run in there guns blazing and knives out. We've got to have a plan.
The captain of the guard calls this his town, and we have brought her here. We have already done that.
Then
I
why would he
understand, but we
bother
need a
talking
plan.
with us? Why would he bother even attempting the subterfuge.
To toy with us. To make us run in circles before he lets us die.
Well, we can't just stay in this fucking barn. We have to do something. And we can't just go in there with our fucking guns out, our fucking blades out, and get killed and kill her. Are you fucking mad? Have we not seen enough?
There's always more. No matter how much you've seen, there is always more.
I think I turn to you. I think there's lots of fear that clouds our judgment. You've always been one to steer us in the path. I may not understand who you pray to or what you pray to, but I do understand your logic. Crazy at times. You steer us down the right path. Think it's time that we clear our minds from judgment and reclaim that light of clarity and confidence that we have. Come together. So I turn to you for guidance.
Well, now we're truly doomed.
Pose.
Listen, of the two choices that have been set out before us, whether or not either of them are actually choices at this point, meaning one asshole on the roof of a tavern that we essentially have the home advantage on, seems like a better idea than running into the goddamn mayor's house, where there will be multiple guards, multiple rotations of those guards, and God knows what else exactly meant to trap these idiots who go barging in to take shit that don't belong to them.
Well, then maybe we leverage the contact with Daisy and the Revelry and get there early, like Ohm said, and have the Revelry set up a guard, and in exchange, we do this job for Daisy later.
Here's a thought. Nox, you and me have only met Daisy. Daisy knows that we have our friends, but they didn't meet them. We could take that job. Easy. In and out. We can have the other three meet with the guard, gather the information. It's not ideal. It's not the best idea. But we're prepared either way. The problem that we have now is of this little one.
Well, I've been thinking about it. And I am ready to, against what may appear to be logic and good sense, concede a point to Mar. This young person has fallen from the sky and has saved all our lives. I think that until further notice, she is the most formidable of all of us. I also think that R.E. robbing the mayor's house, two wrongs don't make a right. So if we're gonna go in the wrong direction, I'd rather we just do the one wrong and go straight to the one person we know somehow is tied to this. I have a feeling that even if we don't go and rob the mayor's house, that the price on our head is not going to be that much of a problem one way or another.
Gotten out of worse.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I agree.
Nox knows the people of this place. The rustic cutlass. What was it called again?
Rusty Cutlass.
Rusty cutlass. Sorry.
Wait till you see it. You're gonna love it.
Do you like lace?
There's
I've never
lace-
been that fond of it myself. I prefer a nice
Ooh.
little tempered alloy, but that being said, Nox knows the place. Nox knows the people who are there. Forewarned is forearmed. Reminds me of my friend Bruno. He had forearms. That was useful. But
We can talk about Bruno.
We
not
don't
right
know
now.
about Bruno.
It's a sensitive. It's just too. The wound is raw. But we know the place. We know the people. We get there early. At the advantage.
And if worst comes to worst, Mara and I can throw him off the roof.
I'm sure that if the chips are down and things are going horribly wrong, as they most assuredly will for us, because that
Oh
is
yeah.
sort of
No,
our
no,
modus
there's
operandi,
no question. This shit is going tits up as soon as humanly possible.
then I'm pretty
Well-
sure that we can count on Apple to save us.
Well, that's the thing about Eri. Do we take her with us, or do we keep her safe here and bring Toby and have Gorjak just watch?
She'll never be any safer than with us.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
We might also want to ask the kid instead of talking like she ain't right there.
She's just
You make a fair point, Gwen.
petting Betsy.
Oh, all eyes on you, kid.
What do you want to
Coming
do?
with us?
Now you all think to ask. And then Mar's gonna get up and walk out.
I think I spent a lot of time being told by my parents to always stay safe with Alexander. And he's not here right now, but you are. I want to go with you. I know it might be not the greatest at fighting, but you know, I'd rather take my chances with you.
Well, that is something that can be worked on. But kid, I don't know what you remember from just before you woke up. Do you have anything outside of what you told us?
The rest is a little hazy. It's gonna take some time. But I it's sort of like when you first discover you have magic. It's just sort of some feeling that you have, and then you learn how to use it. I think I feel something like that. I just need time, and then maybe I can be more useful.
Okay. Then I guess I'll. We faced off with Luther before we knew who he was. We saw the devastation that he wrought, what he's capable of. And we ran in thinking it would be simple. It was decidedly not. You are the reason that we're still standing here right now. Mars right.
And then if things get real bad, I'll just do it again.
Yeah.
Can't be that hard, right?
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fine, sure. Gwen's gonna do that thing that you do with a younger sibling where you kind of like shove their head and then like catch it under your elbow.
She giggles and leans into you. So, Is there anything else that we would like to do before we end tonight's session?
I vote we go early to the Cutlass. And I just need to do one quick errand before that happens. So
Yeah. Let's why don't you go do that and meet us back here and then we'll all go over together.
yeah. No worries.
Do you want company?
No, it's good. Just figured I'd try and get in there early and let Daisy know what's going on.
Are you certain you want to go alone?
Yeah, I think I know how to kind of stealth my way in. Plus, I imagine she's expecting me.
Just be careful.
Kiddo, don't worry about me.
I'd tell you not to do anything stupid, but
Never stuck in the past. So I'll
yeah, no, why start now?
I'll catch you all at the Cutlass. Let's say in an hour or so.
Get you there.
Sounds
Be
good.
safe.
And I start walking quickly out the door and pulling my hood up and bamf into the shadows.
Okay.
I like to teach the little girl how to control simple magic.
Okay.
So I would like to show her, open my hand, and show her a flower bloom.
She smiles
cute.
and is like spellbound.
And just kind of just teach her. What would you like me to roll?
Go ahead. Make me a recall check. So knowledge.
Knowledge check.
Check.
Yep.
Yuck.
Yeah. Oh, I don't got any modifiers for that. That's great. That's wonderful. Oh, look, that's great. That's a 13, and that's on a fear die.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Take another
That's not gonna
fear.
come back and bite us in the ass later.
It'll be
Oh, it's
fine.
It's
fine.
fine. We're
Number
fine.
13. We're fine.
13 on fear.
Okay. We'll say over the course of the next hour or so, you start working with her on teaching her some basic magics, and she's starting to pick up some of it. She hasn't quite been able to manifest it just yet, but she's understanding. The more and more you do that sort of thing around her, she's starting to understand a little bit more.
It's easy peasy. You'll get it.
Thanks, Quill.
It's all right, little one. So airy, huh?
Yeah, well, you can call me Apple, though, if you want.
Nah, I'll have the others call you Apple. You're still a little one to me.
I'm only just slightly
shovels
shorter
his
than
hair.
you.
Doing great.
All right. Well, as Nox breaks away from the party, and as the rest of the group prepares for a meeting that very evening, we are going to wrap up tonight's session. Whew! Boy, I am so happy. I'm so happy.
Spicy one.
That plot hook that
Spicy. Plot hooks. Some stuff
Delicious.
to gnaw on. We are going to go ahead and set up a raid. Let us raid Perception Studio. They're playing Teens in Space. But,
Oh, the guys from Perception. I love them.
yeah.
I love Teens in Spice. Such a fun.
Before we process the raid, why don't we go around and once again reintroduce ourselves and let the people know where we can find you. We'll start with Nox.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kato, or Hell in a Handbasket. I am your resident chaos demon. And on the internet, you can find me at the Hell in a Handbasket, which is my spicy burlesque page. You can also find me on Twitter at onlyhandbasket. You can find my published works on Shudder. You can watch Revealer there. You can also watch Black Mold on Tubi. I am very frequently over on Folk and Myth with those wild and crazy kids doing Sabbat, and upcoming with Cujo and Laura, run by Bleak Season. We're going to be doing Dark Ages VTM, which is going to be really, really freaking great. And I am also a producer at Queen's Court Games, and I have 2 big projects coming out very soon. So, hey, panic barf, panic vomit. So that's where you can find me. Ding.
Ding. All right, a beloved Gwyn.
Hi, hello, good evening, folks. I have been your warrior wanderborn, Gwyn Titan Bane. And you can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu, and you can find me on most places on the internet as some iteration of Laura_Tutu. You might just have to throw an underscore at the beginning and the end of that, depending on where you're looking for me. When I'm not here, my favorite thing about tonight was the fact that we went just the whole spectrum. From absolute bullshit chicanery and shenanigans to like deep, intense character moments. And that's what I love about TTRPGs.
Yeah.
We'll fuck around and then eventually we'll find out.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that here. I tend to do that similar with Kato. I've been dragged in over at Folk and Myth. I fuck around and find out pretty frequently with the fine folks over at Vancouver by Night. And the fine folks over at Obsidian Brews, the all-black tabletop collective, with all sorts of wonderful things coming down the pipeline for that. Specifically, we're not with Obsidian Brews, but with Telltale Hearts. We do have an all BIMPOC Star Wars festival extravaganza.
Ooh, that's awesome.
What do you call it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all BIMPOC shenanigans for Star Wars Day and Revenge of the Fifth, because fuck you, we're in this fandom too. If you don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. Actually, no, I do, but I'll probably get this channel banned.
Please don't.
So come
just
hang
know that
out
I'm
with
saying
us.
it with you.
Yeah, no, I can see it, babes. Come hang out with us over at Telltale Hearts for Star Wars weekend. We've got all sorts of games from, Noir Savage Worlds. We're doing some different homebrew shit. Anything and everything Star Wars for the whole goddamn weekend.
That's America.
And then, otherwise, you can find me hanging out with the fine folks at Queen's Court Games. I'm their social media menace. I'm in the All Night Society. We've got some Vaesen coming down the pipeline. We've got some Monster of the Week coming down the pipeline. And that's me.
Flat. All right, up next we have Mar.
Oh, that's me. Hello, I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the whole thing. I promise I don't yell at little girls in every game.
He's lying.
Just every game. In Star Trek, I'm like, where's the girl? Get to the warp core. Every Monday, you can find me over on Alt Haven for Beacon, which is coming to an end. That's our alien game by Free League. I play a doctor who has 2 hit points, and I've currently been at 1 hit point for the last 3 episodes. See if I survive.
That stresses me out so much.
Holy shit.
So much.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Damn.
But next we've got Star Trek coming, so be on the lookout for more announcements about that game. Then every other Tuesday, you can find me right back here. Then every Friday, you can find me over on Gen Con TV, where I report the TTRPG news at Table Takes News. I promise I've got my brain right. All right, the Star Wars game. So Laura's gonna hear the pitch for the one shot that he's in right now for the first time, which is Star Wars meets Inglorious Bastards. What happens when people?
Nice.
What happens when the people hear about what happened to the Jedi's and they're not happy about it? Well, we hunt down Imperial officers and make them suffer.
Noir, you keep giving me all of these gifts where I get to cave in racists.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite genre. And that's it. I'll see you at C2E2 this weekend.
Yeah, I'll see you at C2E2.
I'll see you maybe at C2E2 on Sunday.
You better get your ass to C2E2.
I'll
We're
be
gonna
there
talk
Sunday.
offline.
I'll be
Cujo,
there.
we're gonna talk offline. I might have a solution for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Up next, we have our beloved Ohm Cottapin.
Hi, I'm Bleak Season.
Hello.
Usually I hang out in my little home of folk and myth. We have my buddy Miko's Eastera 5e D&D game, ongoing game tomorrow night. So that's what we got going on tomorrow night. Come by and check that out at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. On Friday, we have my ongoing campaign, which is a vampire campaign on the Camarilla side called Lights. That's every Friday. And on Monday next week, we have the last of the Sabbat Chronicle that's been making people think I'm insane and not really well in my head. So that'll be on Monday, and then that will be replaced for a few weeks by a Dark Ages campaign. All these campaigns are all linked up. All my vampire campaigns are linked up, and one gives you secrets about the other, and they're all linked up. So it's kind of fun to try and piece all that together. And yeah, and then I'll be back here playing some Daggerheart with my good friends here. It was beautiful tonight. Thank you so much. You're all so good. Love you all. Thank you. And that's me in a nutshell.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Quill.
Well, that is me. I am Quill. My name is
you
Norfolk.
steal my voice.
My name is Norfolk 911. I am actually under a new brand name called Twisted Fates. We have officially launched last week. So super excited about this. It is our TTRPG related content on our amazing Twitch channel. We are focused on all TTRPGs starting, well, we've started back in January. However, we are officially launching it this week with our first ever full campaign with Darrington's Press' own Candela Obscura. It is a long form campaign that I have a cool, calm, collective, like, composure on the outside, but I promise you the amount of crap that you guys are going to go through as viewers is going to be insane. I am so excited. I have such an amazing cast. I'm always looking for new cast members. I am super excited. We have The Walking Dead as well. So we have The Walking Dead TTRPG, which Cujo is actually a part of, which is somehow he's still alive. But
Okay, let's. Yeah.
Look, you lost an arm. All right, I know you're a little sour on it.
Did I lose it or did you take it? That's a question.
You rolled bad, sir.
Okay, sure.
So, but anyways, in all seriousness, I'm really excited about the TTRPG stuff, especially the Candela stuff that's coming out this Thursday. I've been working for the past 4.5 months solely on this campaign, so I'm really, really excited. Everyone's going to be in complete cosplay. The music is phenomenal. I was able to produce along with another artist. We collaborated together and made our own song, 2 songs actually, that are going to be releasing specifically for this campaign. We have an amazing artist, Monica Magna. Mwah, amazing. She deserves a shout out because, bro, she is phenomenal. An amazing artist. We have a bunch of people that are going to be in it, and I'm super excited. I'm here every other Tuesday on Daggerheart playing with our good friends here at the table that I am so blessed to be with, and you'll find me in May playing on Folk and Myth, playing Daggerheart as well, which is really, really exciting. that's going to be something else that I will be on. That's not just on Crit Hit Chronicles, which is really exciting. So it's only my second invite, and it's great,
Woo.
and I'm excited.
Rock on.
So exploring other games as well. But yes, I can sit here and talk all day, but we're not going to do that because everybody's got to go.
And I have been your Game Master, Cujo. You can find me everywhere at Cujo Plays Games and at Crit Hit Chronicles. Right now, the only campaign that's ongoing on this channel is this one, which is every other Tuesday. We are playing Daggerheart. Thank you, Daring to Press, for the playtest materials. Check out my socials for future announcements of maybe some future games and projects and what other games you might find me at. But as always, we love you. We appreciate you. Be nice to each other. And we will see you guys next time. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye. And we are...